Hey everyone, this is a tutorial for Feeling Lonely by Boy Pablo. You can check out my cover if you want to see how the whole thing sounds, but let's just jump right in. Okay, so the intro goes something like this. I'll play it first and then I'll teach you how to play it. Okay, so first off we have an A6 chord. So we're going to play A on the open A string. You're going to fret the 7th fret on the D string, so another A. Then your middle finger is going to go on the 6th fret of the G string, and then the pinky on the 7th fret of the B string. And then the high E string is going to be left open, so you're going to have this nice sounding chord. I'm going to play this using this rhythm. So, what is that? Down, down, up, and then rake it twice, and then we're going to move on to the next chord, which is an F minor 7. So you're going to F sharp minor 7, you're going to bar across the 9th fret with your pointer finger, and place your ring on the 11th fret of the D string, and your middle finger on the 10th fret of the B string. So you're gonna have a chord that sounds like that. And then next after that, we have a B7. So bar the 7th fret and place down your fingers on the 9th fret of the A string and 8th fret of the G string. And then the last chord in the intro is an E9. So you're going to want to put your middle finger down on the 7th fret of the A string, pointer finger on the 6th fret of the D string, and then your and then your ring and pinky fingers on the 7th frets of the G and B string. And you can play that chord with the bottom, low, and high E strings open, so like this. And when you put it all together, I'll play it slowly first. It sounds like this. And then go through that loop twice, and we're ready to go into the first verse. And that starts with a D major 7. So very similar to this A chord that we had, except we're going to fret the 5th fret of the A string, and we're going to continue to leave this high E string open. So you're going to have a chord that sounds like this. The next chord is a tricky version of an A. I believe it's A major 7. And so you're going to put your middle finger on the 7th fret of the D string, pointer on the 6th fret of the G string, and your pinky's going to go on the 9th fret of the B string. It's a little tricky, and when you're strumming it, try to maybe mute this. You can try and mute the low E string with your ring finger. It's a bit of a tricky chord. Definitely gonna want to practice switching from the D major 7 to this A major 7. Then after this A major 7, it goes back to the D major 7, except we're going to bar the 5th fret instead of just fretting the A. So we're going to have this high E string fretted as well. Now we have that chord. After that, we move up to another A major 7, this time up by the 11th fret. So you're gonna have the open A string again, ring finger holding down the 11th fret of the D string, and then you're gonna be barring the top 3 strings on the 9th fret. And so altogether, that's gonna sound like this so far. And picking the strumming pattern I'm using there sounds like this. So let's see. And then after this A major 7, you're going to shift your pointer finger across 5 of the lower strings, and we're going to do the same F sharp minor 7 from before, from the intro. Then this slides down to an E7, so that's barring the 7th fret and then putting your ring finger on the 9th fret of the D string and pinky on the 9th fret of the B string. And then that shifts down to our D major 7, then back up to the E major 7. And then you strike the E7, use staccato 4 times. So the second half of the verse goes like this. And then that goes back into what we did for the intro. So just one round of. And then the second verse starts in the same way as the first. So we have our D major 7 with the open E string to the A major 7. Back to the D major 7 barred. But then instead of going up to the A major 7 again, we're going to shift from the D7, D major 7 up to E7. So the second verse goes like this. And then it goes into the chorus. So that's a whole lot like our intro. So we go through a couple revisions of the same 4 chords. And then we hold on our D major 7 with an open E for a couple bars. And then back to the opening. Can't help it, I just miss you. How did I lose you now again? All right, so after the first chorus, we head to the bridge. And the bridge uses a couple of the same chords that we've been using the whole time. So it holds on this D major 7 with an open E and switches to the the A6 from the intro in a pattern like this. So it switches back and forth between twice, then moves up to our F sharp minor 7. You were gone in my cell phone, E7, D major 7. You were gone in my cell phone. It's back up to the E7. Oh. And then we have a little guitar solo where the whole thing sounds like this. Now there's plenty of tabs on YouTube. That's definitely the most covered part of the song, but it goes something like this. It's going to be a lot of hammer-ons. So hammering on from the 12th fret of the high E string to the 14th. And then on the B string, same thing. Shift down 2 frets, so hammering on from the 10th to the 12th. Moving over to the G string, we have the 11th fret to the 14th fret, so hammer on with the pinky. And then from the 9th fret to the 11th fret. And then still on the G string, we hit from the 6th fret to the 8th fret. This one sounds weird isolated, but when you play the whole thing, it sounds fine. And then back to the B string, we hammer on from the 7th fret to the 10th fret, twice. And then bend this 10th fret to a whole step up, and then back down. So again, that sounds like this. And then go straight into the second chorus. So same as the first one. So our A6 to the F sharp minor 7 to B7 to our E9. And then, yeah, that repeats. Back to the D5, D major 7 with an open E. Song's finished. Yeah, good job. Some tips in general. I like to mute the strings in between the chord switches and do something like that. So. Switching from this D major 7 to something you can use a technique called an anchor finger. So one finger that stays on the same string is your pinky. So you don't have to lift your pinky up. Instead, just slide it from the 7th to the 9th fret. And yeah, I think that's most of it. Yeah, just practice. Obviously the little solo part is pretty tricky. You're just gonna have to drill it a bunch. And once you got that, yeah, you can play the song. Enjoy.